Click, 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 click. Hello! Welcome to Dungeon Mechanics! That's who we are.
I'll turn down my...
Welcome to the table. You are welcome. We are here with another exciting episode of Dusk of Achordia, episode 24. We're racking it up. And...
Dusk of Achordia.
Last episode, a lot of things happened. They fought a god. They killed a god. A player died and was brought back. All in the same episode. And another NPC died. That probably should
Hooray! Oh,
Oh no!
I didn't know her. It's fine.
You did.
I mean, you know her now, Gage. No, I'm joking. You don't have her soul.
Aw.
Yeah, her soul's gone forever. Yay!
Yay.
No!
So, y'all are headed back to the inn, and obviously there were people, cowering about this whole time. But as you get closer to the hotel tavern that y'all were at, one of the custodians comes out to address you. Oh, quickly, come inside. Our innkeeper would like to, show their gratitude. You all did such wonders out there moments ago, taking on a god, no less, and surviving from the looks of it. No one's... Oh, there's a person over there that's not moving. Okay, well, you all have rooms, so just come inside, speak with the innkeeper, have a load off, and we'll, reconvene here shortly, but I had to make sure I told you that so that they don't fire me, so bye, toodles! And then he goes back inside.
What did he look like?
He has, like, blonde, slick back hair, and he's wearing, like, a astute, like, aristocratian suit. But he still is like a worker.
So he's not
attire.
in like a hotel type bellman uniform or doorman or anything like that?
Kinda. You can tell he's like staff there. Because they're all dressed like relatively nice, but...
Human?
He was, yes. What would you all like to do?
Well, that sounds promising. I guess we can all get our own rooms now.
I'm gonna go get a
But I don't mind if we all still stay in the same room.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
I second the drink.
Started.
3 for drinks.
And I think
Gage, you should join us.
Gage had one like drink at the bar, and he's like, "Why do people drink this slush?"
I think Vestara wants to go too, but she seems a little.
Preoccupied, distraught because she had
Maybe
to
she
kill
needs a
him.
little nap after the ordeal.
Yeah, I'll say that she retires to her room, just
Well,
to like go
I-
there. But she might not go to sleep right away. She's just like gonna go.
I want to
Take a
say
load off.
something. I want to say something. Can somebody tell me what the hell happened?
You bit the lady. A god took over your body. Vestara killed the god. Well, killed the incarnation of him in this realm. So then the lady restored you at her. Yep, she just restored you. That's
But
Before we
So-
have this conversation, we are standing in a hotel lobby. Don't you think that this conversation would be better had over the drinks?
What? Oh, okay. Well, it didn't need to be private. I think everybody saw what happened. I just
No,
didn't
I'm not
see
saying
what
private.
happened.
I'm just saying we're standing in the middle of a hotel lobby, and I'd very much like to
Okay.
sit down with an alcoholic.
I definitely need something. I do. I need something because I have a massive headache right now.
Can we get Gage something like a Long Island iced tea?
Just give him.
You know, something that goes down.
We're
to
gonna
the
find
nose
out what he
and
enjoys.
Just something else.
Gage will
to,
finally
you know,
sheath his sword.
Oh
a
god.
Belfry iced tea or a, I don't know, something district iced tea. I don't know.
Maybe he just needs. What are they called? I don't know what they would be called here, but back home, we called them Shirley Temples. It was after the
It's the temple that
It's the
Shirley
temple
made.
yeah, and
Sure,
that's
sure,
the,
but a Shirley
and
Temple
those-
Black.
those were the drinks that they served there, and they didn't have any alcohol in them.
Surely this would be okay at a temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Don't call him Shirley. That's not his name.
Oh god. It's canon now. I'm destroying this world tomorrow.
It's an alternate history anyway.
All right, okay, let's go sit down at the bar. All right, fine. But let's sit at a table. I don't want to sit at the bar because
Bartender.
I think I'd probably fall off of a bar stool.
Bartender.
Fine. You did, you know.
Can
Just-
I get 5 shots of dragon tears?
Roll a insight check. Or a perception check, sorry.
24. 24 passive perception. It's fine.
He's making you roll because he doesn't want you to have 24 passive perception.
Yeah, we're not going by that.
Rolls.
It would be passive. I'm ordering something. It's
There's
fine.
a difference between a passive check and an active check. You know that.
18.
Okay. The bartender turns to you, whips their hair back. Oh. Sure, I can get you some dragon tears, did you say?
Yes.
What's your name, pretty boy?
So. It's Caspian. It's Caspian. That's who I am. Yeah.
Caspian.
Caspian is blushing.
I'm completely convinced. Care to make this a game?
Are
Sure.
you feeling lucky?
All right. First drink's on me.
Mhm.
We'll go drink for drink tonight.
It was more. You know what? Yeah. It's been one of those days. Okay.
She goes over, quickly whips up a drink, slides it over to you. What about your friends?
4 dragon tears. No, 3, and one long. Just a spiked tea, if possible.
Coming right up. And she goes to prepare those as y'all sit at the bar.
Gage, this tea thing they're trying to get you to drink, it's not like really a tea. It's not a tea at all, actually. It's a really, basically just a very large mixture of a bunch of different spirits, like
But tastes
alcoholic
good.
spirits.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're not trying to trick him. Just he didn't enjoy the taste last time.
It has about, I think, like 6 times the amount of alcohol that a normal drink has. Just
Oh.
beware; it'll probably not make
You won't taste it,
very
Gage.
well.
You'll be fine.
You probably won't feel very well if you drink it. I'm just letting you know.
Gage
should be
seems to be
fine.
a fully functioning adult who can make his own decisions. If you want,
But this is a new experience for him, and I wouldn't want a friend of mine to go into
Maul,
a
just let
situation
him
like that
experience it without a
without
warning.
being aware of
Maul,
what.
just let him experience it. Just let him experience it. It's fine.
I want him to be aware of what's about to happen. If he wants to experience it, he needs to be informed. There.
Just drink it slowly and see how you feel. That's all.
The bartender comes over, hands you all your drinks, slides Gage his. Just ease it down. If it doesn't taste good, let me know.
What is a dragon tears? I've never heard of it. I don't know how he knew what to order. Can you tell me what a dragon tears is?
Are you asking the bartender or the DM?
Yes. I don't trust.
So
I don't
she'll
trust-
describe it in a way. So Dragon Tears looks like small, a little bit more than a shot worth of alcohol, but the contents looks like a liquid, glittering concoction that kind of like shimmers in the light, depending on how you hold it. But it's very smooth. It's noted for not needing like a chaser or anything like that.
Okay.
And kind of
Thank
like
you.
smoky.
And what's your name again?
Amalia.
Amalia. And you're she, her.
Yes. And she is a green, red-haired half-orc.
like Shrek at Christmas time.
I mean,
He's
she
Orion.
sounds just like Fiona with the red hair.
Right?
Same.
Fiona's a half ogre,
Yeah.
but very similar. But thank you, Amalia. And I won't be challenging you on a drinking contest, so I'll be paying for my own, and everyone else's except for Caspian over there.
Well, actually, the bar's open for all of you. You're the ones that the innkeeper spoke of.
Yeah.
I'm just paying for his drink first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you are. There's
I
a
want to
good
do an insight check
Like,
on her. I want
cheers to the.
to do an insight check on her to see if she's it looks like she's up to some sort of
Oh, sure.
something underhanded or
I don't
sneaky
have any dice.
against him.
Oh, I do. I always have dice.
I don't have
That's
very
my
good
secret.
insight, so if somebody wants to like somehow boost me on that, roll.
I'd say
Going
okay.
what? I only rolled a 12 plus insight is 315.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would have also incited her when she started talking to me because you told me to roll perception, and I don't know what that entails because you didn't tell me anything.
You didn't say it though.
Yeah, but
You noticed the bartender.
Yeah.
yeah.
Suddenly she was there. You hadn't noticed her before.
She was very pretty.
So I rolled a 15.
Okay. She doesn't have like a nefarious like presence about her. It's more flirty, if anything, if you had to ping.
Okay.
Cheers.
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 Just knocking it back. Do we get more?
As much as you want.
Wonderful. One more round.
I want to take a look at the drink.
One more round for myself.
Roll a medicine check. I think that's what you mean by take a look at the drink.
Yeah.
Don't care.
I mean, technically, it's a poison, but not like an actual poison.
All alcohol is. We're good.
If you're immune to poison,
Anything.
if you're immune to poison in D&D, you can't get drunk. Even if you have a
But
constitution.
I'm still gonna wait a minute and see how the first shot goes down for everybody else.
Okay.
I'm not drinking anymore. After
They
that
seem
one.
to be fine. Oh, did Gage try his Temple of the Shirley God?
He takes a sip.
Okay. Have you ever had a Shirley Temple?
No, I have not. And
Okay.
neither has Gage.
Um,
So sorry. In real life, you've never had a Shirley Temple?
I don't drink. I gave it up
It's
a long
not
time ago.
alcoholic.
It's not alcoholic. It's
Unless
just
you order a Shirley Temple Black, and then it is.
I don't hang out at places that would serve that.
it's
what does a Shirley
Come to
Temple
your
taste
house and
like?
Serve it to you.
it's
Yeah,
just
it's usually something like a kid drinks. It's 7-Up with the maraschino cherry juice.
Ugh.
It's bright pink.
or grenadine. Yeah.
Gross.
So
It's
it's
grenadine.
basic. So
Grenadine.
Is that
Back
Savage
when-
talking or Gage talking?
And then if you do the same thing with Coca-Cola, it's a Roy Rogers.
Yeah, it comes from when Shirley Temple was a little kid and in movies back in the 50s and stuff, and when everyone else was drinking, back then, adults all drank all the time, and I guess 40s, maybe even 30s. At any rate, she would because she was a kid, they would give her basically a seltzer water and cherry syrup. So, and that's what a Shirley Temple is.
All right. That sounds horrifying to me. But Gage is probably fine.
Okay.
I try to have my characters have more wider taste than I've got, because otherwise they wouldn't eat anything or drink anything.
I'm just waiting for the day that we find the thing that delights Gage into releasing like a Ron Swanson-esque giggle.
I don't understand that reference.
Or a Stax-esque chuckle.
Ah.
Okay, that one I get, yeah.
That works too. They're very different, but it's the same sentiment of just an unexpected noise from...
From one
From
direction.
I
Yeah.
meant Savage, not Gage. Wait, I meant Gage. Not
I meant
Savage.
Gage,
I
not
confused the name and I am in the end of a migraine. I can't make sense of the world right now.
So the first round goes fine. Narissa gets another. Shade gets another. Caspian.
Well,
Does
we're doing a drinking contest, aren't we?
I'll get one more.
Gil? And then Gage is still sipping on his. She does pour
Tracks.
you just like a regular. I hate seltzer water, but equivalent of that for you, Maul, just to have something to drink with the others that's not like alcoholic, but also not the
Okay.
sweet Shirley Temple-esque type.
Okay. So, guys, folks, can y'all? I bit her, and then I turned into a normal, back to myself, and then what did he like? That just basically you say he possessed my body. So he like just
No, it, like-
exploded me from the inside out, and and it became him. So I was literally just shredded. And the only thing left of me was my soul inside of him, because I do remember like bits and pieces of that.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Yep.
That
Gotta-
must have been horrifying to see.
It's horrifying to hear, but
You probably should tip her later.
I just gesture the drink.
So,
Cheers.
well, I'm glad it turned out okay.
It didn't.
Well, what do you mean it
Thank
didn't?
you, it did not.
Well, for one, the lady that you were chasing, Asmodeus' sister, gave her life to bring you back, even though we just died, we were just brought back, and you just squandered your life immediately.
was not necessary information to share.
So
Bartenders have
Wait.
similar akin to like medical professionals.
They're like, "Ah, I'm
Steel
gonna
trap, steel trap.
Heard it all.
Wait. What did you say?
You died. We all died. We made a deal. We came back, and then you immediately proceeded to die again. And if it hadn't been for the sister, whose name is escaping me, you.
Anna.
Thank
Her name
you.
was Anna.
Thank you, Anna. You would still be dead, and there would be no chance of your soul coming back.
But
here's our friend Gage.
But he said she gave her life.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Why would she do that?
I don't know. I would
No
ask her,
idea,
but she's dead.
honestly.
You know, a sorceress that was related to a god gave her life for you. Another person has given their life for you. Again, your brother was ready to go as well. To bring you
Also
back
correct.
again.
Correct.
No, I need you to stop going in, and I need you to stop putting your morals above everything else. We may be trying to save all the gods or whatever this mission is, but you want to be a champion for your goddess? Do what needs to be done. And Gil has whatever champion that you needed to be, but she had to pick up the slack that you lacked. The courage to do what needed to be done.
Leave me out.
Oh no!
So I need you to start thinking straight. Stop putting your morals above everything else, because that's a very childish dream. That everything's just going to work out. That you don't have to sacrifice anything.
Also, we're a group. I don't love that I'm a part of this group, but here we are 3 days later, and I'm still here. And we're all here, and we've survived death, and we're back. And honestly, taking that potion and flying out the window and going after Anna yourself was not a group mentality. And I understand you wanted to get to her faster. But let's say that instead of you getting shredded from the inside out, she had challenged you to a duel, one-on-one, and she's a god. And you didn't have your group with you to back you up. You know? Foolish. I'm not going anywhere without you guys, unfortunately, so I really think that you should probably try not to either. Please.
Yeah, I'm sorry that this is a conversation that we're having as soon as you got back. Again. Notice how I'm saying again multiple times.
Kinda undermines the I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
When the fuck have you ever done anything unselfish, you piece of shit?
Let's see. I got my soul back. I tried to bring you back. You said not to. Your brother, again, I had the idea to bring you back that way. That's what. And I've sacrificed a lot more than you could fucking think of. You
Also-
just met me.
We could have stayed dead. He sacrificed being dead in order to come back and save the entire world. He could have just said, fuck this. We all could have.
Well, he's certainly welcome to continue saying fuck this.
He's not. In fact, he's been the one that's been keeping us together, honestly.
Oh, really? How's that?
I would have quit if it weren't for him.
Why is that?
Because this group has zero group mentality. Everyone is in it for themselves. I'm including myself. I 100% was in this for myself from the beginning. But now that we're together, we should stick together. And
I've never once been in this for myself. Not even for a second.
you are so tied to what you think is right that it may not be for yourself, but it's for what you believe. You think that your values are what matters the most. and it has not occurred to you that someone else's matters matter as much as yours.
If I recall, in terms of the group mentality, I was the only person who was willing to step up and help Gil with what she needed to do.
That would be going back to the guild request when y'all had to get the different seals for Dash to be released.
And because that didn't happen, everything else from that point on fell apart. Literally.
As I recall, you were into it, yes, but that fell apart because none of us could come up with a decision and agree on anything. And that was not just like you
It was a simple question. It was a simple question. Who was willing to help Gil on her mission? I was the only one who volunteered. It wasn't about agreeing. It was about just volunteering to help someone other than ourselves.
That's accurate.
Wasn't there for that. Remember, I died.
No, you were not.
You
You were
accused,
not.
you were not there, but you accused me of only doing something for myself or my whatever moral compass is.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a moral compass. You're right, and I know that I may be making maybe not the ideal decision in the moment, but I'm making it for the right reason, and I'm trying to learn and do better. But I don't need to be preached at from you.
Well, you know nothing about me.
And you know nothing about me.
Yeah, but
You've known
everything
me-
that I've
you've
seen,
known me-
everything that I have
You've known me
seen
all of
has led
all
you
of,
here.
You've known me all of what 2 days of being back alive.
It's been more like 12 hours.
Yeah, if that much. Thank you.
Real thank you.
It's been
I was like, what's the time spent? Holy fuck. Anyways. Sorry.
So you think you know me after only
From the few mistakes that I've seen you make, yes. Gills
Few
has a
mistakes.
champion armor.
that wasn't a mistake.
Yeah, please leave that out of it.
Oh no.
You weren't there for that. It's kind of bullshit I ended up with it. I mean, I think you've got some points. Mainly, Mal, I think you would willingly sacrifice yourself for most anyone here, but you would be pissed if we did the same, and you need to reconcile that. Sometimes people will want to do the same for you, but, some of the other shit's a little much for 12 hours. I'm gonna get us another round of drinks.
She checks with each of you to see. I think Gage is still working on his. She's
Yeah,
like, we'll
but
hold
nursing
off
the drink.
on yours,
Slow and
small,
steady,
and
Gage,
then
slow and
she'll
steady.
get
Just nurse it. Just nurse
she'll
it.
get
Okay.
2 more or 3 more for Shade, Gil, Ash, or Narissa. Sorry. The names are like different depending on the Zoom.
it is.
No, it's
I
fine.
just
It's
saw
as the obvious tension in the room kind of like thickens, Dash speaks up because I always forget that Dash is here, and I think the whole party does as well, but it's fine.
I literally never remember that child is alive.
He's not a
We
child.
need to make like
He's the same age as you. Literally.
We need a dummy Zoom account.
Yeah,
that just
that's
goes here, just so we know the name is present.
real,
Notice
for real.
me.
I remembered him last time. I didn't remember him this time.
That's true. You did remember him
Poor
this time.
guy, man.
But he does speak up, and he says, Maul, I know they have good points, but I think it comes from a good place. All of us don't want you to die. I mean,
Agreed.
I think it's
I
equally
mean,
as...
I don't want to die either, and I understand that there are times when I have to accept help from others, and that's fine. It hurts me to know that because of my mistake, someone else gave their life for me, and I understand that, and I felt that. But I didn't need to hear the additional BS from him. because he doesn't know me. He doesn't know who I am. He's known me for 12 hours.
I mean, the same could be said the other direction. You called him selfish, and you've also only known him for 12 hours.
I asked him when was the last time he did anything unselfish. I mean, I don't know that he's not in this for himself. I mean, he's came back to life, supposedly for us, or maybe he came back to life for himself. But that's not the point. I didn't attack him until he attacked me.
I almost gave my soul for you.
That is true.
What do you mean? Why would you do that?
Because you still have a purpose, right? You need to be a champion. You have all these other things to do. And somehow, hold on, the entire world imploding on itself, I didn't want that to happen either. But for some reason, that didn't happen since both of you were dead, which is weird. But I was prepared to do that because you kind of still have a purpose here.
Well, I'm not any more important than you are, or
No,
Marissa,
I know
or
that.
Gil, or Gage, or or any of us.
I also tried going in there to sever your soul, that way you could be free. And I would just bring you back, that way your soul would still be here. By the way.
Well,
That way Asmodeus wouldn't have a tether whatsoever. But your soul would still be here. I wanted to attempt that. That way we would all still be here. But,
I
of course,
thank you.
I don't hate you, Maul.
I apologize for accusing you in a roundabout way of being unselfish or challenging your motives.
You have
But-
no idea how much I've lost.
I'm not saying that you haven't. I'm not judging anything in your past. I don't know your past. But my point is you don't know mine, and you attacked me, and I already know of my guilt, and I already feel the pain of knowing that I caused someone else to give their life for me. I met her and I talked to her somehow from her childhood. I felt like I was her. Somehow.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Whenever I bit her, like it did something, and I entered her memories, and I was replaying them as if I was her. And she was a child. They were coming for her and her mom and her brother, and they were trying to kill her, and they ended up killing her brother. Or I don't remember how it happened. Something
Above table, it's a...
No, they killed her. They killed her, and her brother was on a mission of vengeance, and his vengeance and anger consumed him so much, and that's how he became a god. And he was basically no longer who he was. Somehow she was already dead but alive. Her mom, she was from another plane, like a different... She wasn't from here. She was from another place.
Okay, hold on. So, what you're saying is... Also, did the music stop? So what you're saying is that... No, I got kicked from it. Okay. that she died in that other plane and she ended up here.
Yeah, her mom was able to do something with magic to bring her here.
Okay.
And somehow get her anchored to this plane. I don't know what the difference between here and that other place. She called it Diademia or something.
The gods are still there.
Yeah, I think so.
He said, so you were dead for this, but Asmodeus said that there are lesser gods here. But with the strike of Alsara's knife, he died instantly.
Well, I think.
Yeah, when she's done recuperating, we'll have to ask her about that.
But, well, I think it's maybe what was it? Anna?
Anna.
I think Anna ordered something special in order to obtain that. So maybe it was something she knew about and somehow was able to get it.
He stacks. Is her body still out there?
No.
No, it went poof.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that end is run dry. Unless she's still alive somehow, and like this is all some ploy from Asmodeus, but I doubt it.
I'm remembering things. It's like it's coming back to me in like waves on a shore. Like sometimes a wave will come in and I'll remember some things, and then, but it's like she said something about. I remember like she communicated with me or something when she brought me back, and she said, I don't know, and I'm not, but she said something about being ready to go or something. I don't know what that means, or maybe she was going home. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. And I'm not just rationalizing here, but maybe she didn't die. Maybe she. Well,
Here,
I mean,
I'm gonna try this.
If she was already dead and she was being anchored here by some sort of magic, then maybe she just allowed that magic when she brought me back. She was no longer able to hold on to that magic or something. That's probably more like what happened, I guess. I don't know exactly how magic works.
She definitely seemed dead. Like, dead.
She did mention that her magic works different, that cost to use.
Her life force, I think.
Yeah, that's a very expensive spell. So to do it without the components available as a
Narissa, do you know the spell Major Image?
I do not. Actually, I might. Hold on. I know I have minor image,
That
but
works too.
I don't think I picked my spells after we leveled up.
Okay.
A few more.
Because Mo, I want to try something. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You do?
No, I have. No. I do not. So sorry. I'm a useless little sorceress.
Okay.
I have a fourth level spell that I didn't pick.
Well, I want to try to dive into your thoughts to see if I could see anything about that. If that's okay. I didn't.
Someone cast silence.
Did it come back?
Barely. Like I heard you typing.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
My
But it sounds like it's coming from like a different mic.
Good deal.
yeah, my mic just disconnected and it won't reconnect.
Oh no!
I think I'm gonna have.
Oh,
to
there it
You're
is.
good. There, it's back.
Okay. No, it went away again.
No, it's still there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's good. Sometimes that happens randomly, and it ends up
Weird.
usually me having to restart my computer, but it finally reconnected.
What's a computer mall? Sorry.
Hold on, let me just like rewire my brain.
Um,
He's a warforged.
This whole time, he's Simon. Get him.
Computer is a strange profession for an adventurer.
So I just want to see if I could get anything that you're not remembering. If that's okay. Look, man, I also just. You still have a lot left to live for. Just stop rushing in, please. Just don't die. That's all I'm trying. That's the main. That's what I'm trying to convey. Just don't die.
well, it's never my goal to die. The first time I died,
know.
it wasn't because I did anything wrong. It's because the freaking world ended.
Oh yeah. Wait, you hadn't died before that?
No.
Weird. Okay. Okay. Just be careful. Extra careful. Extra careful. Stick with the group.
What was your idea, Shade? Because I can like into people's brains. If you have the ability,
I do have major image. So I'm wondering, Stacks, if she could dive into his brain and then like kind of communicate those thoughts to me, and I would just like make it like appear with a major image to see like
Roll a Arcana check.
What are you trying to find out?
like any details that you may have missed with the Anna
About
thing.
what?
With Anna.
I don't think there's anything else.
Okay, well, that's there if we want to, but if not, no worries.
The
Okay.
contents of
But-
the plate. Those symbols may have mattered. I don't know.
They may have mattered.
What did you say, Gage?
I said I'm not sure I like this drink.
What was your Arcana check?
Oh shit! Right. Sorry, I got
I
distracted.
swear, I'm like the cat hurdler.
19 plus 4,
Okay,
23.
yeah, that's high enough. So Gage, as they're all talking and discussing, and Shade / Caspian is trying to convey that he's trying to get a better grasping of what's inside Maul's head, because he might be like misremembering or like not remembering the entire detail of the thing. You feel a pulse kind of like beacon out into the room, and this pulse feels familiar but also like new, because you're in like a new body that's not like fully what you were before, if that makes sense. But the pulse originates from Dash, and I think this is the first time he's done this since you've been in his presence, so you wouldn't have known like beforehand. But the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you that are there are instantly shifted into Maul's mindscape, kind of like standing in Maul's mind. And Gage, you look directly at Dash, and he kind of looks confused. Roll me a history check with advantage.
I can't do bardic, right? I can't give him a bardic. Nope. Okay.
I mean,
You never know.
you never know.
10.
Sweet. And there's no bonuses, or is that with the bonus?
That's with the bonus.
Okay.
Jeez.
So it's kind of fuzzy.
I didn't have more proficiencies to spend, or that totally would have been a thing.
And I'd say with a 10, it takes you longer to get to this realization than you probably should have in normal circumstances. But Dash seems to have an ability that correlates to those around him. When he's in close proximity of others, he can more or less like synchronize with what they have and like project that in various capacities. He's demonstrated this before by being able to get in contact with Vestara, but aside from him traveling with Vestara to get over to where y'all were, you haven't really seen him do anything that correlates to this. But with Narissa's ability to see the future, Shade's ability to cast the spell that would in turn project or like be able to see into Maul's thoughts, and then the tech thoughts between them both, it all kind of like synchronizes, and he activates it unconsciously to himself because he doesn't know how to like control it at this point.
That was going to be my first question. Yeah.
Which is why he looks confused, but he activates it and y'all all are like there. And roll a insight check.
Also, while you're rolling that, is a bartender with us?
No.
Okay. What the fuck?
Coming on for the ride.
21.
With a 21 insight, you can probably tell that not only does he not know how to control it, but he also doesn't know that he's done it in this moment.
Mm.
And you all just like appear in Maul's head. Oh, also for that insight, it seems that the origination of his ability is trying to facilitate the needs of the party. Like that's the trigger, if you will.
What do we see?
Yeah, Maul, what's inside your head?
Muted.
Oh! It's all muted.
Am I
here.
in there too?
Yeah, you're in there.
You're like a self. Okay, that's weird. Okay.
You're a self within yourself.
The original selfie.
Oh no!
So, I mean, if we're trying to examine,
And I would say it would be like
Basically-
recent thoughts of the conversation.
yeah, I would think I would be. It would probably be me replaying that, me embodying her memory of, when she was a child.
Okay, so y'all manifest in the house, in Anna's house, when she was a child. And y'all are kind of like in this room. I would say the living room space outside is very bright, over capacity bright, almost like direct contrast to where Gage is from. It's like someone just has the sun just sat right at the windows of each of the, just too bright. But inside the room, there's stairs that lead upstairs, and then like the downstairs has like a kitchen and a front door and basic kind of commodities.
When I was here the first time, I was her. I was Anna, and I was looking for my mom. I was was looking for her mom as her. And she was upstairs in bed, and she was very weak because she was using a lot of magic to pull me there. And she told me that my brother, Asmodeus, had gone and he wasn't coming back, and that he had become something else. And that's when I found out that, you know, he had become that god. Because they had, you know, the assholes that didn't want us using the magic killed me. Maybe they didn't mean to kill me personally, but they killed me, and he went crazy with rage and anger, and all he could focus on was vengeance. And that's how it eventually overtook who he was, and that's how he became the god Asmodeus, the god of lies.
And as Maul's explaining that, you hear from upstairs, Andy, you can't go. She's dead. It's not going to fix anything. You don't understand, Mother. They killed her. They were looking for me, and they killed her. I'm going to kill them all.
I'm gonna sneak upstairs.
You have to stay. As you start to creep up the stairs, you have to stay, Andy. You're all I've got left. I'm not even your child, Mother. You found me. You don't even know where I come from. You raised me with your own kin. And the people here in this shit town never accepted my presence. And rather than take it out on me, the cowards, they killed her. For fear, for not knowing. Shade, you're at the top of the stairs at this point. You see a much younger Asmodeus before he claimed that title, speaking with his mother just outside of her room. I'm going to make them suffer. And he starts to walk off, headed towards your direction.
Okay. Gonna hide.
I'm assuming that they can't see us because
He's a god. I'm not taking chances.
Yeah. When
he
I
wasn't
had
there.
my,
We're in a memory.
but when I had my vision, they were able to look directly at me and make eye contact. So
I'm not taking
But
chances.
they're
Roll
all
a
dead.
step check.
they're not all dead.
In this bright ass house.
I know.
They are dead though.
They're not. They're
Nat
not.
20 plus 7, 27.
Okay. As Asmodeus gets to you, you kind of like try to, figure out where you're gonna go. You go to move out of the way, and he passes through you. And at first you think, okay, this is just a illusion or whatever. But then you see that he passes through you, and he's the solid one in this transaction. And he walks down the stairs, and your intangible body kind of stands there a little bit confused, and you rub your hand against a table that's close by, and it goes completely through it. As Asmodeus storms down the stairs, his mother comes to the top of it and looks down, looking down at all of you, but only seeing Asmodeus in this moment. You can't go, Andy. You can't leave me.
How does a man named Andy become the king of hells?
I'll tell you later.
And right before he opens the door, Goodbye, Mother. And he exits and closes the door behind him. And a few moments pass before she like kneels down and like begins to weep.
She's still alive?
The mother?
Okay.
But I mean, this is all in my head. This is a memory.
Yeah.
You would think initially, but this is something that you've never experienced. So, only logical conclusion is this is some type of vision of the past.
I mean, you did drink her blood. And you
It's-
were Asmodeus.
And it's probably still somewhere in there.
And it's all multiverse, so
Well, so
And she also gave her
Dash-
soul to bring you. Wait.
but Dash is doing this though.
Is
I
it?
mean, y'all don't know that, but
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, we don't.
Okay. Okay, so maybe. Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
hold it. Wait a second. Rewind.
So she gave. Go ahead. Go.
I just straight up want to approach the mom in the vision and be like, "Are you okay? Can we interact?"
As you speak to her, she doesn't seem to like acknowledge your presence. Not because she's like so far lost in her weeping. It's just almost like she doesn't hear you.
Because I want to find the mom, IRL.
Got you. Okay.
I turn to Dash. Is this what you brought us here to see?
Me? What do you mean?
You brought us here. Is that the entirety of the vision, or is there more?
does
What
this
is
feel like?
here? Oh, sorry.
Did he come with us?
Mhm.
Does it feel like the visions that I have? Like,
Yeah. It feels very out of body kind of experience. I mean, y'all are moving around like, you normally would within the house, but you probably could get various views just by projecting your bodies around.
so this one actually feels like it might be on me. Dash is definitely doing something, but this feels.
What do you mean I'm doing something?
I mean, do you really know the extent of your powers, child?
You're doing this to get under my skin, and I'm not going to let this happen, because that would be falling into the trick of a child, and you are a child, because I am older.
Great, good comeback.
How much older are you? Because
At least a year.
Yeah, you're really proving not childish. Okay.
You never say anything to her.
Oh, it's both of you.
How rude. I could leave you here.
Okay.
I don't know if I actually could.
Yes, you're both children.
In the face of the gods, we are all children.
Well, do you think it's possible that with her soul being used to bring you back to life, you might have some residual part of her soul, since considering whispering?
I mean, like, am I getting some sort of memory from her soul? But
Because like
isn't-
this is a vision, but like it's
But-
pulled
but-
from.
But this isn't her
Oh.
memory. She wasn't here.
Yeah.
Not convinced that they don't just all share a collective entity. Collective.
You mean like a hive mind? Like
No,
like
just
the-
like a general, like, we're all gods and we're super powerful and we can all just kind of.
But she wasn't a god, and her mom wasn't a god. Only her brother became a god. He didn't start out that way. Well, we actually don't know how he started out because we just learned.
But they're connected somehow because you drank her blood and he managed to use that
But-
to get here.
But we just also learned that he wasn't actually her brother. He was found.
Okay. Yes. Yes, you're correct. But like Gil said, he was able to get here because you drank her blood.
I mean,
So
that's true.
because you were the tether because of her blood. So there has to be more to that than just they found him. Something must have happened in between then and now.
Also, I understand that they may not be like definition gods, but like Dash over here is just like a pot of energy, and I would argue possibly godlike in the future. So if he's related to them and they have ultimate power, remember when they attacked us on the ship and we almost all died? Feels pretty godlike.
Why do you think he's related to him? They're from the other place.
Just so we're clear, the only one in this party that wants or potentially could be a god is Narissa. So,
am I misremembering though that Dash is related to the family? The family is
I hope you're saying that meta because you can't
Yes,
say that.
Meta.
obviously, yeah, I'm saying it meta.
No, it's Marissa just like
just the family, the family.
All die.
And Beetlejuice appears.
I want to set this place on fire.
Okay. So something must have happened. And if
Well, he obviously cared for her.
yes.
He cared enough for her to give up himself and become vengeance incarnate.
But he's not okay.
He's the god of like lies and deception or some crap he
Not
was saying.
vengeance.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he was the god of vengeance. I'm saying it was the vengeance that made him who he was. Because he was out for revenge to kill all of them. And whatever evil manifested in himself, it just manifested in lies and deception and all of that, right?
Void and dark and whatever the hell he is. I don't.
What do I have?
I
Because all
don't
this is-
understand what Asmodeus has to do with our quest. He refused to join us, and he invaded a world he did not belong in. Together we
still
rejected
supposed-
him.
Yeah, are we still supposed to be convincing a god that's coming here tonight?
Tomorrow night.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We still haven't rested.
Like time is messing with
Wibbly
you
wobbly. Yeah, yeah.
because
we're real time in this bitch. Like, this
Yeah.
campaign is all real time.
it's about right.
Real.
If you added up all the hours that we've played, it probably equals
Is
about
more
the same number of
hours
hours. It equals the same number of hours that have transpired over the entirety of this campaign.
Okay.
I'd argue that fewer campaign hours have happened than real
Right.
hours.
Okay.
Probably not.
So
Perhaps
Gil-
this god knows of Asmodeus, and perhaps some knowledge of Asmodeus will help us convince them.
well, he obviously knew of them, so
Well, he knew that there were gods here. He didn't really know. He just called them weak. Because I mean, he's from the other plane. I don't know that he would know.
he also knew about the Truvon. Oh, you were dead. Yeah. He also knew about the Truvon. So he has to know that there are other gods. You also didn't see this, but I think Belsara's god.
What?
Right?
Yeah, it definitely seems like Vestara's god is real dead.
Yeah. Like he summoned, I assume her god, because she was like, no! You know? So
And he went dead.
Yeah, but she seemed fine afterwards. So
Did she? Because she was like this.
Did us,
Like,
did us true sight folks notice that we were an illusion?
I mean, I remember after I came back that it was like it seemed like it was evident to everyone that that wasn't her real god, that he faked it.
no, I don't think any of us rolled for that.
No.
I thought she had I thought it was made clear that he faked.
No, it was made clear
I mean,
to her when she was off on her own.
Yeah, and I kind of assumed it was fake just because she didn't immediately like lose it, and he's the god of lies.
Oh, well.
But I don't know for sure. But
either way, he still knows about the true one, so that means he has to know about the other gods. So they might be related in some way or form.
And Shade and Narissa, both of you have met Duergar. Because he was the other god with the goddess of...
Yes. With Hexama.
Goddess of Rapture.
The Jubilant Maiden.
Okay. So,
Around that time, the mother stops crying. When did you get here? And she looks up at Gil.
a while ago.
I was behind her as well. I didn't move from that spot.
Oh yeah, but I tried to talk to her.
Yeah, true.
Who are you?
People trying to stop the world from ending? Oh, I'm not the person who should be doing this.
It's always Gil in the wrong place at the right time.
Because Gil's just like task-oriented and wants to focus and get the job done, and then she's like, fuck, I'm not the good one at talking to people.
Like, so since I'm right
Not
behind
awful,
her, I'm gonna
but
be
not
like,
great.
you could see her?
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
Oh. You can only see... There are a few of us here. Okay.
Did you hit your head?
So... Okay. Okay. Hi. We met your daughter and your son.
And we also killed your son, and your daughter also.
Just in this realm.
I don't...
Probably.
Are you okay? Your sentences don't quite structure themselves as if they're directed directly at me.
There are other people here too, and they're talking at me because they can see your
Can I try to
talk.
message her?
Yeah.
She thinks you're
Ask her her name.
You could try.
Hi, I'm Gil. What's your name?
Azalith.
Nice to meet you, Azalith.
Azalith,
I don't
can you hear
know
me?
if you know this, but your son has become a not so nice god.
You're speaking of Andy.
Now known as Asmodeus, yeah.
Asmodeus. I've never heard of that name before.
Okay. So we're talking to a past version of you. This is all, from what I can tell, a memory or a vision or something of like a past you. I'm not an expert in the arcane. Really ill-suited to do this.
You're
But-
not from this timeline?
I don't think so. Some of us died. God sent us to fix things and try to stop the world from ending. Long story. But I feel like we should meet you in real life. Do you possibly know how we could get in contact with you outside of this memory?
Ask her if she's in Diademia or
What is your world called?
Achordia.
I live in Diadem.
Okay. Yeah, that's a whole nother universe, world. I don't know how to. We're in a place called Achordia, which is apparently like your twin, your world's twin, where everything went wrong.
You speak of Accord. The world of Accord.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
We're also like,
We were always told that that's where the darkness dwells. We were safe here in the light.
Huh. Cool.
okay. No worries.
You guys can straight up just talk at me. She can't hear you. You don't have to message
Right. Sorry.
Both of us have plans.
And this is like so how it would go too. I love it.
Yeah, for real though. Okay. So she's in diathemia.
so-
Does she know how to possibly get to the other side? Probably not, because like she calls it the darkness, and why would she want to come over here? Tell her that her daughter ended up over here somehow.
Your daughter has ended up over here somehow
Accord.
in Accord.
And I think it has to do something with you.
That can't be possible.
And I think it was because she was trying to avoid being found by her brother,
By Andy.
by Andy.
I have her body in her room.
Yeah.
Then it is her. Okay.
Okay. She.
When she says her body, does she mean her dead body? Is
Gil, I will be right back. Narissa, talk to her. I'm gonna go check for the body.
Is there a way to communicate between, like, without having to necessarily cross, but to communicate between Accord and Diademia?
Your eyes,
Yes.
they're quite beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
You have true sight
I see a
eyes.
lot of stuff. Yeah, I got exposed to ether trying to escape a city falling on top of me.
You have
Sorta
the
worked.
eyes of the light. The true light.
Okay.
She does. Go.
What does that mean?
True sight, it originates from the light. It allows you to see
Okay.
through magic, if you will. Deception, things of that nature.
Okay.
No
Did not know
one's
that.
ever
entirely.
had true sight eyes around here.
Uh,
But to contact me, I could try sending.
okay.
When would you need me to send you a message?
Just a sec. Sorry, it's gonna seem like I'm talking to myself. I'm just thinking out loud. Do any of us have sending?
Wait, I haven't taken my new level spell. Hold on. Yes.
I believe I have a friend who also can use sending. What
but
would
he
be
can't
a good
talk to her.
Not in
You don't
this
know that.
place.
Sending.
But maybe. What time is it in our realm approximately, Dungeon Master, Almighty One?
Roughly the day before the Moonlight Festival, so
It was evening, I think.
not to go into like the months and years of
Yeah, I meant like.
it would be
time of
like
giving her number.
springtime, but the year would be probably eons past where she is now.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to figure. I kind of wanted the year so I could give her like a date to contact us in the future. That's like tomorrow morning.
Okay, so
Would that
you
be
like
possible?
you give her the year and she looks at you. Your time doesn't exist yet.
Not
To me, your time already existed.
So I can expect a sending from this time
From our friend Shade. Mm-hmm.
in
Um,
the future.
Yes.
Can
In my
can-
future.
Your future, yeah.
Can I point my finger at her and say, "Can you hear me?" with a message, and just see
I
if.
already tried that.
Oh, you did.
Great minds think the same.
Sorry, I'm so busy looking at my notes because I have so many questions, and I thought that I figured this out, and then I'm so confused.
Nope.
Okay.
That's
Um,
the.
You're
that's
trying to
the
figure out a
way.
stacks campaign?
I know.
Okay.
So you can't interact with the door, but you can phase through the door.
I'll face through the door.
You phase through the door, you see a young girl's body on the bed.
So I took this spell stacks. I don't know if I could use it. Speak with dead.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Why? It's great.
I'm not in there. I don't know what's happening, but I wouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast it.
Okay.
So the way that it looks is like these shadows, like you know how like my skin's kind of like like you know the rainbow effect of like oil, kind of like that.
Mm.
Like so that's gonna turn into like this dark like because it's like necromancy essentially. It's gonna turn like into this black like energy. I'm gonna hold it over her and just like cast it to see if it works.
Okay. And the energy kind of like resonates into her body and like settles. And Speak with Dead allows how many questions? 5?
I think so. Don't I... Yeah, 5 questions. Okay.
Okay. The magic hits in and doesn't look like it's not being like expelled out or anything, so you think it works?
Okay. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like poke my head out and call for Narissa, Gil, and the mother.
We're being called for to go upstairs. Would you mind accompanying me? I'm very sorry.
We're already upstairs. We're at the top of the stairs.
Or into that room.
Oh, Anna's room.
Yes, my apologies.
Book it through the door.
She just goes over and like opens the door. Narissa like phases through her and the door to enter in where Shade's at. And you open the door, you can see Shade, Narissa, Anna on the bed, and the room's kind of like untouched from the last time. In here, and she like looks at Gil.
Yes.
Okay.
She walks in.
So, we could ask Anna some questions. 5 at most.
Okay. My friend who you can't see has cast some spell to be able to ask Anna 5 questions. If you have any suggestions, please let us know.
Is there something you wish to know from my doctor?
Why are we doing this? Why aren't we?
I think my friend may have some things they want to know.
Oh, the ones that you can hear.
Yes. They are also of my time.
Okay.
Anna?
Eat.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go.
Anna, where has your soul gone?
And the body on the bed doesn't move. And for a second you think, maybe the magic doesn't take if you're not fully corporeal.
Yeah.
But y'all hear behind you a rustling of toys as these blocks fall over. My soul's still here, and you see a younger Anna kind of in the corner playing with some toys. But not for long.
What do you mean by that? Not for long.
Then over in the other corner by the bookshelf, another Anna appears, and that one vanishes. And she's grabbing a book and reading it. I believe it's to go to a court soon, where it will be forever, where all the lost souls go.
That's interesting. But also, I want to pull Mal over real quick. And be like, just remember this face in the future, please. And then she knew him somehow when we encountered her last time. And I am making sure that if it doesn't happen another way, it happens this way. Because that is part of why she's
Okay. Lost souls end up over here. Lost souls end up over here.
That's a whole nother thing to digest later.
yeah. Are we all lost souls?
What's up, Brent?
But we all see her like this.
This
Yeah.
is the spirit.
Yeah.
Even the
'cause
mother sees it. She's like looking at the different.
Okay, and
manifest-
she said that it's going to a court.
Achordia.
Accord, which is
Accord.
Achordia.
Oh, Achordia. Okay, where all the lost souls go.
So that means we're all lost souls. Go figure.
That mean we all at one point existed in Diademia, died, and came over to Accordia?
Y'all got 3 more questions.
Narissa's gonna.
Narissa, go ahead.
No, she's gonna whisper to Shade, and whoever else is like standing close enough to listen. Do we want to ask what killed her? Because I think it's all cyclical, right? Like, soul came back here, goes to Accordia, come back.
Do we want to ask what happens to souls in Accordia or in Accordia?
Do you want to ask who? What happens to souls in Accordia? The mother says.
Your said that. Did you hear her?
Yes.
She said that she's going to
Okay.
Accord, where all lost souls go.
Okay, this is
Well, I can answer that question. That one's quite easy.
Oh, okay.
All the souls of the living are brought here in Diadem. And in cases of dying, which is rare because we are effectively immortal,
Oh,
they go over to Accord.
fascinating.
So a soul. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm asking the mom. So
She can't hear you, but
she can't hear me.
Gil can
What would you
translate.
like me to
Okay. So get clarification. So that all of the souls in Accordia, all the souls in Diademia are basically immortal. Everyone there. On the rare occasion that they somehow die.
And
Millennia-
to clarify, she is referring to her plane as Diadem. And
Diademia.
the other word is
Is
Accord.
Accord, yeah. So they might not be exactly this, and this was millennia ago. So
So this isn't
Things-
like a 1-to-1 translation
Yeah.
or a 1-to-1 representation then. Okay.
okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Anna. So we know that you've died, that we know of, 2 ways. One was you got shot instead of your brother, and 2 was you sacrificing your soul in the
that
future.
hasn't happened yet.
In the future. Do you know how you died? Because I want to know if it's you just got reset back here from the future, or if it's a present, or when you died earlier.
You see that vanish image of her, or the image of her vanish with the books, and a young, same age, version of her manifest by Maul, like holding his hand. the people here in the village, they didn't like my brother Andy. They haven't liked him since he's been here. And they keep telling my mother to give him to them. And one day, they just wouldn't take no for an answer. And they shot an arrow in the room, meant for him, and I was in the way.
Just
But,
tuck my bow further behind
and she
me.
looks up at Maul.
What?
My hero comes to save me later. The champion of Isilde.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
And I will just kneel down to her, and I'll kneel down next to her.
His brother.
And I don't know what to say, but I'll say, I will. I don't know how, but I will.
And she, like, touches your cheek and smiles. I know.
For clarification, Stacks, when Andy passed through me, did he look like Maul?
I meant Maul's brother. Oh.
Interesting. Make a perception check.
I want to roll that
I'm
too.
at 24. Fine.
I have a 24 pass. You're never gonna
He was
use it in
walking
here.
towards me.
You're never using it. Never, not here. You were doing something else. You were trying to hide.
You should make him roll it on. You should make him roll it on D&D Beyond.
I mean, that was a 17.
Not
Plus
quite.
9.
No, he didn't look like Maul, like a younger Maul. He didn't look like a younger Maul, unfortunately. But
Bill, will you?
he did have
Plus
kind
9?
of like demon horns and red skin that he normally does have.
Gil, will you ask Azalith to just ask her if she's willing to tell you where Andy came from? Like, she said something. He mentioned that she found him, but like if she knows more about him and where he came from.
Could you share anything more on where you found Andy and where he came from?
I was out in the light and I saw something dark, which is, it's unheard of here, really. When I got closer, there was a child in it. Young babe. And I brought him back, and my husband at the time, he's passed since, has...
Sorry, what? I'm so sorry for your loss. What was your husband's name?
Oh, Joseph.
That's funny.
Sorry about that. Continue, if you don't mind.
So obviously, I mean, not going to leave a child on the ground, and I convinced my husband to let me take him in, and I mean, we raised him as best we could, but once he went off to the war, it was, well, it was just me and my daughter at the time who I was pregnant with.
The war.
Yes. The war that's constantly going. We go to fight the darkness, to keep it at bay.
Is this the true thought?
No.
You guys can talk at me and help.
No.
The-
I'm just like, this is me. This is my
The true
Stop
Vaunt
shade.
are soldiers in arms. They're on our side.
Does
Can she
she
elaborate
know
on that?
Isilde?
question. Yeah,
Do you,
Gage.
do you know Isilde?
She's a goddess. A phoenix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Just checking.
But she's from Accord.
Yes. Okay.
And they're from the darkness. So would not diademia.
Yeah, I have like too many thoughts and I can't clarify a question.
Okay, so is the light fighting the darkness? So if Isilde is from the darkness, does that mean that they're constantly at war? Always.
We want to take a break and we can organize thoughts.
We can't take a quick break.
That
I
would be
need to
good.
go, so like
We will take notes of what your thoughts are.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna leave. Never mind. Let's not take a break.
Can I just like cut the middleman out on this and just have like
We'll say that to
Maybe just
reduce
talking to
time,
me and I will-
if y'all are asking stuff, I'll say that Gil is automatically translating it.
Yeah.
So what was the question?
Also,
Please.
we have 2 more questions for Anna, but like, okay, so if
we need 'em.
Isilde is from the darkness,
This
and
is
you're on
for
the light-
Anna?
No.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying, there's 2 more questions in case like y'all.
Oh, forget. Okay.
Yeah. So Isilde is in the darkness, and we are in the light right now with her. So if they're constantly fighting, is Isilde an enemy then, according to them, like the light?
I mean,
Yes.
they are one of the Forsaken gods. My daughter's into fairy tales, as they call them. We don't actually believe that there's gods over in Accord, but they have written stories nonetheless. Anna has found a fascination in Isilde because of what she represents.
Why was she or the other gods forsaken?
Well, there's no gods here. We're safe in the light, as we always have been.
Millennia go thumb, shut up.
Yeah. Or they're all gods.
How old would you say you are? Hypothetically speaking.
Oh, gosh.
I think we've asked this before and we did
Yeah.
not get it.
Eons.
Tell me again.
Go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it does seem like Accord, Diadem, battling, replaced this endless war with Gage. Because Gage is then became the one who restricted the access to Exandria's souls.
Diademia or Achordia?
Yes, Diadem.
Yes, Matt Mercer, I have stolen your world.
What is happening?
What is happening?
Don't
And if
sue
you
us.
were, if he was a filter for all that, and now you're here, and the gods have. Wait.
But they haven't. But he has the memories of everyone who's died. And if Gage, do you recognize this woman?
Mm-mm.
So then
No.
she hasn't died. She's actually immortal.
Quick side question. You said Andy had horns and red skin, and Aslith and Anna they're human, or they look human?
They look elvish.
Elvish? Okay.
I mean, they might
Tuck my
can
head.
like disguise themselves to look like something else, but
But he didn't, and that's why they wanted the people in the community wanted to kill him.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does
That was just me asking. Okay.
does Ashlith know anything about Atreus Achordia? Or Athena? Or
Um, above ta- so Accordia has been like restarted several times. Has Diademia been restarted
Is that above table?
ever?
Are you saying above table or
Above table.
okay?
Yeah.
Above table, yes. Both worlds have been reset multiple times.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that we're talking to like the original Diadem right now, and like
Yeah,
the
before
subsequent ones are
everything.
the diet. Nothing's gotten restarted there yet.
Before the gate was closed, maybe.
Yeah.
You look overwhelmed. What
This
is
is a
your
lot of
name?
Gil.
I'm sorry I didn't ask you sooner.
Oh
Gil.
no worries. Gil, yes. Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm sorry. This is just a lot of new information for my friends and I. Because I think the world of Cordia may be coming to an end, and we kind of like existence.
You keep referring to where you're from as Achordia.
Yeah. So it's been restarted a few times. I think we know that in world, right? That happened when we went to Gage. We found that stuff out. Okay, just making sure. Uh, yeah, it's been restarted a few times, so I'm maybe the name's changed over time. Not the original anymore. And there once were gods there like Isilda, who don't show up much anymore, but recently have made appearances.
The warriors of
Uh,
the Trouvant. Some have claimed that they have seen these gods, but again, folklore, unheard of.
not folklore. Very heard of.
Heard of in our world, and I think does it seem like the true Vaunt want to destroy those gods in your world? The soldiers? Just curious.
They're members of our community get sent to the Trouvant, the warriors of the Trouvant, and their task is to stop the darkness at any cost. And, well, some get a little bit more obsessed with it. My husband being the case. He wanted to protect us, his daughter, his wife, his son. And in order for that to happen, he, agreed to go to the warriors and fight in the war. But he never came back.
I'm so sorry, Gage. Nope, we don't know what he looks like. Never mind. Ask the same question because never came back is not the same as. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot of information.
Okay.
What
Is fighting against the darkness fighting against Accord?
Yes.
Okay. Is the goal to destroy Accord or just to keep it from infiltrating Diadem?
The goal is to keep the light, for in the light we are safe. Outside of the light,
Why?
we are mere mortals.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, we're all mortals over here. It's not so bad,
And there's word
except
that
for recently.
the light is diminishing, and there's a bit of unrest, and they believe that Andy was not from the light, that he was from Accord, which is why they wanted to get rid of him, because they didn't want anything to happen to where we are.
He was weak. It wasn't
But
his.
you knew he wasn't anything evil.
Yes, of course not. I mean, we raised him.
I don't believe he was of Accord, or at least not of Achordia. He seemed to need other connections to get there.
So he's from Diadem.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I mean, speaking as somebody with horns, Aphie.
He's at least not from. It seems that he is at least not originally from our realm.
Yes.
I can't say for certain whether he's from yours.
Okay, so she already knows. Like, she doesn't know everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this. The only way that he was able to get there was through one of our companions, named All, drinking some of Anna's blood because she was there. And when he took that blood into himself, Asmodeus was able to, or Andy was able to have a tether to Accord.
Yeah, I'm not going to convey all of that because that's a lot. I am going to convey, though, that it was using Anna's blood as connection that he was able to come over to our realm.
Thank you. Let's not just spread around that I was going around drinking her blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually a vampire, and
No, let me see those. Let me see those canines. Those large canines.
I'm trying to keep Anna's soul tethered to Diadem. However, the requirements of keeping her here are... It's causing a toll on my
that
body.
makes sense.
And if I don't keep her here, she'll go over to Accord. Everyone that dies goes over to the darkness, and the darkness grows.
Tell her that it's not an evil place. Tell her that it's not an evil place. Because that is... I understand now. I understand. Yes, her soul did go to Achordia. And it had been there since...
Yeah.
My memory was when she was a child and her mom was holding her there in
When we saw her, she was grown.
in Diadem.
Conveying this to her.
Yeah, and whenever in our timeline, she'd been in Achordia since it was Accord, apparently. And just tell her daughter was happy. Tell her that she wasn't in distress or pain or anything. She was living a full life.
I
don't know that that's absolutely 100% true, but that was the impression I got.
I tell her she was living a full life. I don't necessarily know her state of mind, but she was alive. And
Also, what were those 3 things that she was using, the components, to keep Anna here?
It's like a finger, I think a knife and a feather on a plate.
Okay. Anna,
Was it the same knife?
that's a good question.
Was it the same knife that she used to kill?
Well, you were
Asmodeus?
dead when
I'm
Vestaris.
didn't see
He
it,
would
that's
say
why
that,
I-
then I guess y'all would relay it.
yes.
It would be the same knife.
Oh, the knife that
Kills a god.
Astara.
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. Why didn't your 24 passive perception pick up on that?
That's a good question.
yeah, bitch.
It's almost like the DM doesn't want me to see anything.
You didn't see it. She doesn't have that out. It's in her room.
You didn't see
Had
the
it
knife.
out like this for
You
like a
didn't see
good
the
10
knife.
minutes.
You didn't see
No,
it.
you didn't see it in
here,
Maul's
though.
brain.
Oh,
Only
okay.
I saw it.
I
Only
was like,
I
what
saw
the
it.
fuck? Anna, I have a question for you. You say that he will save you in the future. What if you could see into the future at all? If you have visions like our friend Narissa, what did you use for your magic? Because it costs you
Oh my God.
something. Hold on.
I sacrificed myself, my soul, to bring back the champion. Because he'll save me. I know it. He'll find my soul and he'll bring it back. But if he's dead, then he can't do any of those things.
Who's the champion?
Bitch.
In the books that I read, he looks more like him.
You can
But-
see them all now?
She always could. She can see
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But you have the champion's armor on.
Yeah.
What was
I
the
do.
champion's name?
Do I see these books in this room?
Well, she pulled a book. That's a thing.
Kate, you should go start
She-
looking through these books.
Yes, please.
She looks at you. I'm sorry, Shade. I answered her 5th question.
You're fine. I know. Anna,
Oh, that was Anna. I thought that I got.
we'll see you again. Okay? Your champion will save you. I'll make sure to keep him alive.
I know he will. And she'll kind of like fade. And just like that, y'all might need another drink as y'all look at the bartender who kind of is looking at you. Do you all just kind of like zone out like that?
That all take place over like 2 or 3 seconds.
No.
2 or 3 minutes?
And that's where we're gonna take a quick break.
Oh my God.
Shade, is there anything that you would do for the night?
I wanted to go see if, like, it's gonna be a separate thing. I'm going to sneak out, if possible, and
Okay.
try to see if I'll DM you.
Okay.
You probably can't sneak out because I have a 24%.
Passively, those don't work here.
Yeah,
Now
my
she's also gone.
passive is only 19.
Mine's 21.
We'll be back. Go take a quick potty break or refresh your beverages. Maybe not necessarily in that order. And we'll be back here shortly. Welcome back. As y'all are at the bar getting drinks, we're actually going to switch over to Vestara's room because something's happening there around the same time that all that stuff happened to you. So Vestara, if you want to appear and I can do this. There we go. Cherie's here. In your room you went to freshen up. It's been a long day. You had to kill a god. It's been just stressful. But as you get in there, you see it's just like a lush room. The innkeeper's made sure that he's given y'all like good commodities. But you get there. Is there anything you would be doing specifically, or just like calming down?
Yeah. I think the star will, kind of drop her disguise, draw a bath, set up. She takes out her satchel like she usually does, and she goes around and she puts a crystal around the corners of the entire perimeter of her room. And then takes a bath, gets a new outfit on, and yeah, that's what her plan is.
Okay. Do you look like Vestara?
Right this second, yeah.
Okay. So as you go to leave the room from like a tall mirror in the corner, you see the reflection, not of yourself, but of Dulgar as he looks at you. You seem to be getting ready to enjoy yourself.
That's the plan.
I wondered if you could entertain me with a moment of conversation.
But of course, it's my pleasure.
And you see as the chair next to you kind of like inanimately moves itself to like let itself be put in a position to for you to sit down. Please have a seat.
And she takes a seat.
I wanted to talk to you about a power shift. Some things have been moving in our benefit. One of your party members has changed recently, and because of that change, I now have a lot more stake in all of this.
Okay. And is that something that you can elaborate on, or is this a need to know only sort of thing?
Well, I'm pretty sure you can keep a secret.
Yes.
The one you call Gage.
Yes,
He used to harbor a lot of souls, did he not?
I believe that was the case. Yes.
Well, those souls are kinda off onto their own right now, and it's getting a little chaotic, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Could this be problematic for us in any way? And when I say us, I do mean us, but also us, the group.
Well, us, you and I, no, your power will probably increase exponentially once I'm a little bit more in touch with my roots, if you will. Your party, I mean, souls tethered to one being, it really was never intended for it to be like that, so. By them being free, there will be a lot more chaos, but it'll balance itself out in the long run.
Well, I guess I'm here for the chaos.
Yes, we both are.
So, was that all that you wanted to talk about? Or I'm just wondering if it's okay if I ask you a question.
Oh, yes, you can ask me any question you would like.
So, mm, I was wondering, and I wasn't wondering for any bad reason or anything, but I was just curious. Like you mentioned, that my powers will get exponentially stronger once you have, you know, gotten closer to your roots. Um, so what would then happen if you got farther from your roots?
Well, it would kind of be how our relationship has been up until this point. You ever
What,
feel that things are a little bit stringent on the power dynamic? I mean, you did pretty well killing a god, but you were doubting yourself for a moment.
man, I mean, well, you've been there the whole time. You know that I don't do that.
Of
I would
course not. Never.
no, I was just looking for someone to take that potion from me, really. Anybody who would have taken it, I'd have given it to him. But then something just told me that I had to do it.
Yes. And I personally would enjoy you listening to that something inside of you. And you watch as his reflection shifts and you see yourself kind of in the mirror reflected, but instead of the outfit that you're wearing presently, you are wearing this like assassin-esque attire, and the version of you in there just has that dagger, and it's just like twirling it in their hands, and like one of your fingers is like on the point of it to steady it, and she smiles at you and her eyes are red, and then Duergar reappears. You have quite the potential, my dear, to be anything that you want to be.
Well, um, well, in just now I saw red eyes.
Yes,
Usually a bad thing.
not when that's considered devil's eyes, my dear.
Oh, what is this?
Devil's eyes allows you to see in magical darkness, not just regular darkness.
Oh, and I would do that by,
It's just a mere invocation. You're quite familiar with those.
yeah. Um, oh, actually, not to sidestep the elephant in the room, but uh, speaking of that dagger, could you tell me about that? What is it? Where'd it come from? What's its power?
It's quite ancient, if you will. It's been around since the beginning of time, mostly. They like to call it a god killer, but it's a little bit more than that. It severs tethers. Basically, it puts things back where they ought to be. It's called the Dagger of Banishment.
Mm-hmm. Of banishment. Okay. So interesting. Would this say work on magical tethers? And when I say that, I mean like energetic tethers between different individuals.
Yes, so long as you can see it.
Okay. So you have to be able to see it too. All right. So what would your advice be about whether or not I stay disguised on this realm? I was thinking I probably should because, the other me is here. She's doing really well. Have you seen her?
You should probably meet her. She's not you. She's not you at all.
I don't know how I feel about that, but she wouldn't make like freak out if she sees me. Maybe
Potentially.
I'll come to her in the between. Okay, I got a task for myself now. Was there anything else that you wanted tonight?
No, I just wanted to let you know. Have a nice night. Enjoy yourself, and I'm enjoying this new version of you.
Well, sometimes it feels good to be bad.
And you watch as the mirror just goes back to the regular mirror, and then you're sitting there with your clothes that you wore as Vestara, and you seem to be in the room by yourself again.
Okay, so Vestara is going to give herself a disguise this time, maybe more feminine, featured person.
Okay.
She's gonna still wear what she's wearing, and then she's gonna go out to the bar.
Okay. So y'all are at the bar. I would imagine most of y'all have gotten another drink of some sort after what y'all just experienced inside Maul's mind. And to not catch up, but also like reassure the bartender, y'all are just saying like it was a long day, that sort of thing. And this, woman comes and sits at the bar. You don't seem to recognize her, but she just sits there, and it's Vestara, but you all are in the same company.
I'm going to, do they recognize that it's me in a disguise, or I just won't mind? Okay, I'm just gonna sit there. I'm just gonna sit there for a minute and listen and have a drink.
Okay. The bartender, she's a half orc with red hair. She comes over, looks at you. What would you like to drink, my dear?
May I just have what's your favorite drink?
Well, I was on to these dragon tears, but I think that was more incentive for another guest that stepped away just momentarily. But I do like this drink called. Well, do you like surprises? Sweet or sour?
Sweet.
I got just the one. And she goes to make it. And then y'all were talking about, I don't know, whatever it is that y'all were talking about. And then Dash looks at Gage. Are you actually going to finish that?
Do you want it?
Not necessarily, but I mean, if you don't like it, you can order something else.
Do they have anything without flavor?
We call that water.
Or vodka.
Oh, yeah.
Vodka has a flavor.
Well, I would argue water has a flavor.
Oh, water definitely has a flavor. It's disgusting.
Depends on where you get it.
I mean,
That is accurate.
different depends. Yeah.
Bartender, 1 water, 1 vodka. Don't tell us which one's which.
Oh wow. This sounds like it's coming.
And Dash sits next to Gage.
Do you think you could control your abilities?
You really think I did that?
I am sure of it.
Well, if I did that, I don't know how I did that. Or more or less how to control it.
That I cannot tell you.
I mean, when I'm doing it, I just kind of like sit down and go, send me a vision.
Usually you fall out of whatever it is that you're sitting in and...
That happened once. To be fair, I think we were being attacked as it happened.
Which one are you talking about? I'm talking about the one in the library.
That's what I was talking about. Were we not being attacked?
Yeah, we're
We were
doing
attacked
research.
later.
It was an attack of conscience.
She doesn't have one of those.
That's why it was so surprising.
So you said Vistar does not look like themselves?
Correct.
No. But now she's almost got her drink, and once she does, she plans on talking to you guys.
So the bartender comes back. She sets a martini glass down that has a triple layer, starting with pink top, blue middle, and like a purplish bottom. And there's like a sparkle glow inside of it that doesn't seem to be the liquid itself, but just like some kind of effect. And then there's like a straw with a cherry kind of like skewered by it, and she slides it to you. This is called the Twilight drink.
Twilight. It sounds nice.
Enjoy. And then she sets down 2 glasses in front of Gage and Dash. 1 is vodka, 1 is water. We don't know which one's which.
She's gonna like send him a little, "Hey, what's up? It's me."
So y'all hear in your minds Vestara's voice.
To all of them, like in her mind or in the mind, she's gonna sound like herself, like, oh, hey y'all, I made it down. Sorry for the delay. And then she's gonna raise her turn to Dash and was it Dash and
Gage.
Maul that Gage? Okay, excuse me. And raise her glass to them.
Oh, we're doing this right now, Gage. And he holds his glass up to the lady.
Cheers.
Gil, do we know her?
I sent you telepathic link.
And?
Oh.
They don't know if it's you or if you're coming down.
Is the disguise physical?
Yeah. Physical. I'm gonna say, and in their heads, I will say, "Right here, guys. It's me right here. Hi."
So,
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
If Gage
Lunch.
drinks it, roll a d20. Evens, it's water. Odds, it's vodka.
Ooh. Wooshka.
No, 1.
Oh gosh, that's fitting. So you get just like a mouthful of something that doesn't necessarily have a flavor by itself, but has a kick.
It burns.
Oh
I don't-
no.
What is...
Maybe you want the water. You might want just regular plain. And he
I'll
slides
give it
over
a
his
shot.
mouth. It tastes like water. That's about as passive as a drink will get here.
It will do.
Is Gage at least like a little tipsy now after like a third of a Long Island iced tea and a shot of vodka?
Well, yeah, Shirley Temple.
He never had. It wasn't. He didn't have the Long Island tea. It was a.
Ah.
The bartender looks at y'all. I have to go get a few more drinks in the back, but I'll be back shortly. And she goes around to the back of the area. Oh no, I got the hiccups. No, I'm drunk.
We're and then she's just gonna talk out loud. Were any of you drinking dragon's tears?
Yes.
All of us except for Gage.
And me.
Shade went and got him for us.
Nice.
Are you okay, Vestara?
Oh yeah, well, I got some information about, and then she switches back to talking to them in their heads and says, "That dagger, it's the dagger of banishment. It's apparently ancient, and it's also called a god killer."
Yeah, it was Asmodeus's mother's.
Well, now I also know.
How did you get it?
You know, I'm just not quite sure. I think something's happening where my powers and my source of power over here, and this is all in their heads, is just something's changing it a little bit. It's becoming a little more potent, maybe.
I take it your god did not die.
Oh, yeah.
So
About that. You took it right.
Your source of power is your god.
I mean, you could call it that.
I think Shade kind of outed her. Was it Shade that outed her last session? Someone did.
I think so, maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Shade thing.
I think Gage said something.
Oh no, it was Gage! Gage!
Okay, I thought it was both of you. I thought it was Shade did it, and Gage was like, "Well, yes, of course she has a patron."
Something, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really anything I like to talk about, but
Oh yeah, and then Asmodeus was like, "See, it's your god," and so yeah, she got outed like 3 times.
haters.
The worst. Okay, glad you're still intact then.
Yeah.
Wait, so Vestara can communicate? Like, even before we got to here, where it seems to be a normal thing, she can communicate with her god?
Wait, who are you?
Dash.
Dash.
Okay.
You're like, who are you? Who's outing me right now?
Random barfly.
Well, and now she's talking out loud again. I actually didn't know much about it, which is why I don't talk about it yet, because I don't know. I just always had. Yeah. And then she turns and she drinks more of her drink.
Conflicting, is it? If your god is Dulgar, D-Man.
Dualgar?
Dulgar.
D-bag.
D-Bag. And Gage.
Just call him Dad.
Let's call him Daddy.
Oh no.
I will not.
What would you please do? Stop saying his name out loud.
It's like Beetlejuice, you just summon him.
Cut me some slack.
Wait,
Okay.
what was Narissa's question?
Isn't it a conflict of interest if yours is that god and Gage was the one restricting his access to things?
I never said that.
No, we knew that Gage was restricting access to Dulgar. Was that not what we learned? Did we?
That's
not
what.
learn the same
That's
thing?
what other Gage, Narissa, and Shade learned.
Thank you. There's something in this rat brain.
I don't really know much about any of this yet.
Has he asked you to do anything in exchange for your magic?
I believe the pact was made as I was a child, so whatever the pact
Seems fair.
was.
He came down and made a pact with a child.
You're
Been made on her behalf.
asking quite a lot of questions.
I mean, what kind of god takes advantage of a child? This
We
is
are
it
also
for the
facing the end of the world, so
The kind of child that his mother would sell her out, so maybe I don't want to talk about it.
I apologize.
Thank you. And I'm sorry.
Oh no.
You don't have to apologize. That was a personal question I shouldn't have been asking. Oh God, she's crying.
Oh no.
Gil?
Oh no.
I don't-
Why are
I
we
don't
going to
feel-
Gil?
what makes you think I'm a tears?
Marissa just like reaches out, pats her.
Why is she
Inside
doing
chat. Are these tears genuine?
You can roll insight, and then Vestara can
Yeah.
roll persuasion or deception, depending on if they're crocodile tears or if they're real tears.
They're supposed to be genuine.
Okay.
Shriek was laughing.
I know. It was a nat 20 anyway. So.
Okay, and I'm rolling performance. Oh, okay.
Persuasion. It was genuine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Narissa's gonna try and comfort.
Roll for
She's not very
comfort.
And I think it's 13 plus 8. Is that 21?
Okay. Yeah, Gage, you're able to, or Gage, Gil, you're able to. Oh, we have two G's. You're able to gauge. Oh my gosh. That they are genuine, or she's upset.
Yeah.
And then Narissa's doing her best to like.
Yeah. I know she got a little personal. I think it's just we just got a big information dump that we might share with you in a more private circumstance, and we are trying to stop the potential end of our world. So, and gods are relevant. So,
I
we'll
understand.
be more tactful going forward.
I understand. I'm sorry. I was just.
You got nothing to be sorry about. Just explaining where I think Narissa was coming from, even if it came off a little intense.
I'm sorry.
See what you've done, Narissa? You made her cry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So she turns around, gonna do this. Gonna order another drink. Oh, what? Excuse me, bartender. What
She
is
like
your?
pokes her head out. Just a minute. Oh, you need another drink.
Yeah, 2, please. And what is your name?
Agatha? No.
Thank you, Agatha.
It's not Agatha.
Was
bad.
it Amalia?
Amalia. There we go.
Amalia.
Y'all
Thank
are in a different world. It's Agatha.
Amalia.
Yes, I'll be right up.
And she kind of she's like peeking around to make sure that nobody saw her crying.
Everyone.
Everyone saw her crying. Those weren't like little demure tours. That was tears. Her face in her hand. Soft.
Oh, so funny.
I can see like the only ones, letting you believe that they didn't see it would be like Gage and Dash and maybe Maul.
No, Gage is looking at her very uncomfortably. Like, he is very uncomfortable and very concerned. He doesn't know what's going on.
Like the most facial expression we've ever seen from Gage. Just shock at this.
Do people just leak from their faces like this?
Yeah.
been a few episodes. She needed to cry.
It's been like, we were just talking about this. It's been like 16 hours.
Yeah.
What else did y'all want to do? The bartender comes out. She gets you 2 more drinks. These are a little bit harder, not as sweet.
Maybe get back to one of the rooms and convey what we learned to Vestara.
Well, we can also do that inside of our heads because she gave us the ability to
That's right.
chat.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, psychically. So,
Oh, so I didn't know we could all talk to you. I knew we could hear you. I didn't know we could all talk back. Okay.
Can we all hear each other, or can we just hear
It's
you
a
and you
psychic
hear us?
bond.
Ah. Cool. That's very useful. Yeah, so we went somewhere, saw a vision of the past, communicated with the vision, found some stuff out. The Truvant may not have always been the Truvant, might have been part of like the Warriors of Diadem, the original Diademia, fighting against our world to keep the darkness away. So, whew, lots of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like the very far past, like before the gods.
Yeah. Or are they the gods? Are the original Diademins the gods?
that's
The original diadems? Those are just crowns. Why would that be it?
sounded right. Okay, so, what's the next move? Have we?
I mean, a god's getting summoned tomorrow, and we still need to persuade gods to our side, right, Gage?
Yes.
So,
I'm really confused about something though. Where we came from, all of us individually, when we came back from quote unquote death, when Isilde, granted us a reprieve and sent us back, we landed here. But this isn't our.
no, not quite.
Where is our Fellcrest?
Our Fellcrest fell.
Our is Achordia that we came from gone? No longer exists?
Don't know. I do know that I wish Shade hadn't walked off because we need him to sending to as
I think he was already planning to do that though.
I know, but I want to talk to her.
Oh.
Can we?
Like current her if she's still around.
Yes.
And sending can go to other planes?
She said she could send to us. So we're hoping we can send to her.
Yes, so they can go to other planes. Can we review real fast, Gage, who we're trying to recruit?
All of the gods.
The Truvant.
Stop the
We are preventing the Truvant.
Okay, so that's not all of the gods then. Do we want Dulgar?
If he can aid us, we want him.
And then, okay, I'll talk to him.
Gage,
No.
roll a history check, because it just happened.
16.
Okay. Before you got to the
Was Dulgar one of the ones we
Soul
talked to?
Warden, which one? Dulgar? Yeah, he was
Yeah,
he
we
was
talked
there
to
with Hexima.
Yes.
When y'all were in the other challenge. But the stories that you read of the fairy tales were more than just that. It was the fairy tales of the gods banding together to fight and defeat the Truvant. The story that you read is the story that needs to take place now.
Which gods? Oh, no, I don't know this.
As many as we can recruit. And it should be all of them.
But never mind. I was trying to talk meta to you, but never mind.
So,
Think about what he just said.
Everyone's like clocked out. So
No.
to put
We're
into
all like, we want
perspective,
to ask Gage a thing that we don't have the meta knowledge to ask him.
so roll a insight check for those that were in Maul's mind. So Maul, Narissa, and Gil.
Do I get advantage because it was my mind?
Sure. I don't know if that'll change it.
Rolled a
Insight?
5 and an 8. I rolled a 5 and an 18, so 21.
Okay. Yeah, insight.
That one. Mine was just 11.
19.
Okay. So collectively, it's a pass. When y'all were asking the questions to Anna in Maul's mind, she didn't seem to be afraid of Accord or anything that came from there, because from her knowledge, that's where all of the heroes that she's read of in the lore comes from. The stories that, she reads to herself. And going back further, you knew that Ysilde placed y'all here to collect as many gods as possible to fight against the Truvant, which is locked behind the door that Gage has. And those stories similarly align itself, even though to the people of Diadem at the time, that was just like heresy, because the stories she was reading was from a future that wasn't happening at the time.
We in
For
the
her.
Wheel of Time? Was this all the way past for
What
her?
is that? I've never read the Wheel of Time. Is that what the Wheel of Time is about?
Not exactly.
It just goes back and circles around.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah.
but it's like this: the snake eats its tail.
Yeah. So we're their
but-
past, but we're also their future.
But so she knows the book. So the book she was reading. So Gage, did the book you picked up and read? It mentioned this moment.
This specific moment we're sitting in a room.
No, not this. But this specific, like
Yes.
2 days. This event that's about to take place tomorrow night.
Did it speak of the Moonlight Festival in particular?
There might have been a book about it, but you wouldn't have had a chance to get all the stories. But
We got the broad strokes.
Did it broad strokes tell us which gods were successfully recruited?
Yeah.
from what you
That's
could tell,
what I
it's
was-
all the ones except for the Truvant. So, for chat's sake, that is
Yori, Hexama, Orden, Sen, Ysilde.
Wait. Let's let him list those really slowly.
yeah, because
Wanna
okay,
write these down.
Dualgar, Ilor, Hexama, Orden, Sin, Ysilde, and you didn't see or hear of Leroth being spoke of.
In the book?
Yeah, in the book. So there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gods that were in the storyline of fighting against the Truvant.
Dulgar, Elar, Hexama, Orden, Sin, and Ysilde.
Yeah, and I can copy those into y'all's chat. So y'all.
I mean, it's already in the info chat. That's where I got the names from. And
Wait, they had fairy tales where warriors were fighting against something called the Truvant, but they're like noble warriors fighting the dark were the warriors of the Truvant.
There were wait. Are you asking about the books? Like what the books were?
No, I'm just saying if that world, I'm trying to wrap my head around the fact that that time period had what they believed were fairy tales, but or equivalent, but in those fairy tales, these gods who are the heroes banded against the Truvant.
Yeah.
But in that same world, what were considered like good noble-ish warriors or something akin to that were warriors of the Truvant.
Yeah.
So there's a dichotomy existing.
Was the Truvant an event?
Good Truvants.
Or was it like a group? Like when you say the Wars of the Truvant, was it like the Wars of the Truvant was just what they were named? So they weren't.
Oh, so in Diadem,
so they're not a group of people.
They're referred to as the Warriors of Truvant, which are people from Diadem that go to join the war to fight against the darkness. In y'all's reality, the Truvant is a god that just like destroys everything.
Right. So the Truvant wasn't a group of people. It was an event where they were fighting against.
But y'all also know that as Modius ascended into godhood and he just left to exact revenge against everyone. So from being from Diadem and having the capability of becoming a god, then technically the Warriors of the Truvant could also corruptively have manifested into what the Truvant is, what y'all know of today, because of their like desperation to fight off the darkness.
It's just interesting to me that they have a legend where Truvant is bad, but then like their good warriors are named after that legend.
But they weren't. I don't think. I think there's a distinction in terms of, at least I think, in what you're thinking of, because it's like saying, the warriors of World War II. Not right.
And
all of our...
what you're saying, Brent and Maul, if Maul is saying this to Gil,
right.
Is true. There is a piece that is missing because the Warriors of the Truvant weren't gods; they were just immortals, and the Truvant that y'all know of has only been a god, like spoken of. So there's a piece missing as far as like, did the warriors ascend to godhood, or like was there an event that took place that caused them to become what it is now? Y'all don't have that piece.
Attack them and drive them into something that turned them into this chaos god. I speculate, to be clear.
It's all brain heavy stuff. You don't know who to trust.
Oy.
And once we have it figured out, Stax will be like, haha, no you don't.
He's done that. That's no lie.
Yeah.
Remember that one time when he like dropped an entire
city from the sky? That was Narissa. I will go to the grave with this. She cast Dispel Magic, and it just did a whole bunch of stuff.
To be fair, you're right.
You're the one who dropped the seed on me?
I took that seed and I planted that tree and it erupted, but that seed was not there when I started that session.
I don't know if you've learned this about me, but I am an agent of chaos.
Yes.
I'm the shit.
Wait a minute. I know who becomes the Truvant.
Who?
Joseph?
It's Narissa. She just said it.
I'm an agent of chaos, Mom. Oh no.
I mean, the Truvant already exists. And Narissa is here.
Oh, that's true. Okay. There was just a hiccup in my brain for a second when she said she was chaos.
But I'm curious if maybe, I mean, Asmodeus's papa was part of the Truvants.
What I want to know is what shot Andy out of the sky like a comet and into Diadem? Where, how? I was born with horns and a tail. I just popped out of my mother looking like a human and then surprise. How come I didn't get a grand entrance?
Maybe he was placed there by agents of evil.
I see. Now here's where we get into this argument about your morals again. Was he evil originally before his sister?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he was. I'm definitely not saying he was evil before. But maybe those people who put him there knew what he could become eventually if the conditions were to present themselves.
I mean, I think to be fair, anybody could be evil given the conditions.
Yeah.
He was a baby.
Right.
Just because he's red and has horns doesn't make him evil.
I'm not placing any moral judgment against him at all.
Am I having y'all feel bad for the god of all hells?
I mean, I would feel bad for any child treated like that. I don't feel bad for current him as an adult who hasn't taken the steps to get over his issues. But for the child that went through the experiences that caused the issues, I have empathy.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that maybe the people who put him there knew he would be treated as an outcast, knew he would be treated in a very terrible way. And they knew what that could do to him. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you could be right, but I also think
I'm not saying I am right. I'm just saying that's a possibility, and it's something we should consider, or if it even matters.
But then we have to ask who sent him.
I don't know, but for all they were talking about being in the light, it sounds like there were sure a lot of bigots.
The darkness, maybe. The people
a lot
from the dark, that from Accord. Maybe somehow Accord, or the hells.
Perhaps merely it was just a condition of someone's quest.
Well, that just went right over my head, Gage.
They need not have been motivated to do it. They might have been hired to do it.
Yeah.
Right, but I think it was like who was the ultimate person who decided to hire someone to put him there, or I think that's the ultimate question.
Thinking, does that mean we're all just descendants of immortals that died and came over here?
Yes.
Well, maybe they were always. She said they were always.
Not
fighting
you.
against
You're
the
special,
dark.
Mel.
Or
But she
maybe
said they were. She said they were always fighting the dark.
They were fighting the dark, not the people of the dark. The people who can't. When the immortal people died in Diadem, their souls went to Achordia. Accord.
Did we ask if anyone actually came back from fighting?
We didn't ask.
We did not.
Because stories about going off and fighting the dark are great, but if you never have stories of people coming back, there's nothing to verify what they were actually fighting.
Well, hopefully Shade will get back here and we will maybe be able to get in contact with a living... I can't ever remember the second two syllables of her name.
Azalith?
Azalith.
I thought it was, I guess I misunderstood or just assumed incorrectly without actually knowing that when she said they were fighting against the dark, I was assuming they were fighting against the forces of the dark, the inhabitants of Accord. But that was an assumption on my part that I didn't have the appropriate foundation to make accurately. So
It sounded to me as if the light was an all-encompassing thing that they did not want polluted because it would end their immortality.
That is
So
what
they're
is
trying.
me too.
Yeah, I might have misinterpreted, but I thought they are trying to track the all-encompassing entity, the dark, from polluting the all-encompassing entity, the light.
That was my impression of it.
Yeah. But there
What is-
might be actual people on both sides.
What is the source of the light?
What is a person?
in Diadem?
Are we human? Or are we
Azlith did say to you, Gil, that the light there came from the true light.
The light came from the true light, which is apparently where true sight comes from, too,
Is
it
that-
sounded like.
Is that like a sun, or is it just there?
I don't know, but I don't love the parallel between true light, true vaunt. We're getting a little...
I
Too
think
true.
Gillikins, I do think that it's true Truvant, true vaunt, and then true sight with an E. So I think you're safe
Right.
on that one. But
Oh, I meant true light. Their light comes from the true light. And then they also have warriors called the true vaunts. Yes, spelled differently, but linguistically, those kind of spelling changes are pretty
it's definitely too
easy.
Time out.
Just noting. Just
Agree.
memo.
Another question.
I see
Scott,
Yes,
are the warriors called the Truvant? They're not. I mean,
they're called the
they're
warriors of the Truvant.
right, because they go and they fight in the Truvant battle, right? It's like we call the.
You don't know.
We don't know.
I think they're
You don't know if the warriors of the Truvant are called that because they're fighting the Truvant, or if they're.
But you called it the. Earlier
She
you
said the Truvant was on their side.
Yeah. And a couple of times she called them the true vaunts as shorthand for the warriors of the
she?
true vaunt. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Keep
Because
it
that's
in-
what
say
got
you're gonna say.
that's what got me going. Whoa, the true vaunts? Because we have a true vaunt. Who are the true vaunts? And then we got to the warriors of the true vaunt. Yeah.
Page what?
Were you gonna say something? Because I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is right now.
Okay. Well, I
Oh.
am wondering if you have. Let's pretend this is Diademia, and this is a chord, or Diademic Accord, and you've got people going, and they're going to fight. And there's maybe people in the dark over here. We don't really know because we don't entirely have confirmation. Is it entirely possible that they're calling each other the True Vaunt? And there never was a True Vaunt. It's just them fighting each other, and the True Vaunt emerged from this cataclysm of mayhem and chaos.
I thought the Truvant was the conflict itself.
Maybe it's been intentionally confusing.
That's what I'm wondering. I mean,
How dare there be misinterpretations of ancient lore?
and you'll remember on our side, the True Vaunt has a cult following, but has anyone ever actually seen or heard from? Cults are kind of culty. Like, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
What's
They're
Kool-Aid?
By
They're-
our side, you mean whatever. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gage.
Their conflict was always untenable. You cannot keep the light and the dark separate.
Right.
Just like you can't keep life and death separate.
Right. It all commingles and makes a mess of things.
They are a balancing force,
Yeah,
just like Isilde and Sin.
exactly.
So how did they get separated then in the first, were they separated from the start into Diadem and Accord, or was there once a world where the light and dark were together and then they got separated? And now they're trying to get back together.
Perhaps they were created separately,
What is that
but
face?
they tried to keep it separate, and that is not natural.
Hey, I'm just out here trying to build, build a story. And y'all are asking all the right questions, and I'm just like,
I really have to go to the bathroom again.
It's okay,
She
Narissa.
drank way too
Some
much.
people,
she drank way too much.
she's still a child. She... Yeah. So, I
So
don't know. What would a world that was a
Wait.
combined diademia and accord be? Daccord?
Back cold.
I know. Let's get that French in there. Daccord.
Dia knocked.
Diacord.
Academia.
it's a good thing I workshop these on the back end.
He scored.
Like, what doesn't sound too?
Oh, God. Ooh, I like that one. For Shadow?
What's it called? So Vestar is going to tell everyone, well, I'm actually going to go to my room and have a conversation. I will talk with you soon.
So she goes off.
Mhm.
Do you sever the link?
Yes.
I'm just thinking, what if our goal isn't just to save this world, but to recombine?
Is that a fidget toy?
It's a broken little wind-up toy that, like, the thingy is broken on it, but it used to just, like, you wind it up and then it, like, shakes all across the table.
Okay.
But
Stack's
now
already
that the spring got broken, I just spin it
Spooky season
to
snack.
fidget.
Yeah, they're black chips.
Oh,
Ooh, what flavor?
Creepy crisps.
Oh.
Not
Do they taste-
sponsored. but
not
just
sponsored by Creepy Crisp, but we could take that
Where
sponsored.
do you get them and what are they made of?
They are from the Good Crisp Company, limited edition. They are made from potatoes. They're literally a potato
they're
chip.
literally chip.
They are gluten, soy, nut, and dairy free. They taste delicious. They taste like a Pringle. And
I mean, they look like a Pringle.
I love a Pringle. So,
Nice.
So Narissa was away, but y'all watch as Vestara severs the link and says, well, she says before she severs it that she's gonna go have a conversation. Severs her link, leaves, heads back to her room. So y'all have to like talk like normal people again.
It's like everybody in the bar thinks you hate me because, like, when I'm there, you don't say a damn word, and then when I leave, you're like,
But we don't know you.
oh yeah, if she
She
doesn't
just
look like
invited
herself,
herself to this table. It's so weird.
Yeah, so weird.
if she doesn't look like herself, does she get free drinks?
Probably not.
Yikes. This is the whole point of killing a god, right? Free drinks.
yeah, I guess you're right. I could transfer back into my other disguise.
What god do we think is coming down tomorrow? Do we want to take bets? Do we have any signs? Have we seen
Hexama.
anything? You think Hexama? That'd be fun.
Because that's the only name I can remember.
Also,
We
with the-
already spoke with Hexama.
we
It
did.
would
We
be
did.
inconvenient if it were
Um,
Hexama.
Vestara, as you get to your room, make a perception check with advantage.
Okay. 1 second. A roll.
Okay, then let's go with Orden.
Okay.
I'm looking at the list.
And you said perception?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's a 12.
Did you do advantage?
I rolled a 10 and a 6.
Okay. You think you hear something. You look down the hall. You don't see anyone, but you kind of like shrug it off and go into your room.
Oh, I shrug it off. She doesn't shrug things off.
What would you do?
She would be like, and request a medium check because she wants to use her spidey senses.
Okay. Roll a medium check.
Thank you. Hot dog. Okay, just 1 second. Medium is 8 plus 19.
Okay. you kind of send out that pulse of energy, and you don't sense anything like dead in your immediate vicinity. But you hear so many souls just kind of like whispering out much louder than any of the things that you would have heard in the physical realm. They're like, it's happening now. The god's coming.
Oh, which one? Who is it?
You say that to one of the spirits?
Yes.
The god of order. Orden. He's coming.
That was my guess.
God of Order. What's his name?
Orden.
Orden.
Ordin.
Orden. Okay. Oh, well, now I gotta go tell them, but I need to talk to. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you hear them say, run! And they scatter.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, she's gonna run into a room and summon Dulgar.
You hear in your mind, you rang.
Yes. Okay. Apparently, the God of Order is coming right now, and I'm supposed to run, but also I was supposed to ask for your help because we're recruiting gods so that we can try and stop some stuff from happening tomorrow, and we need you on our side.
You always have me on your side. What do you mean?
Well, thank you. I don't know that. But also, we need it for true. We're trying to prevent the true vent.
Trying to prevent it?
Yeah, does that make sense to you?
Prevent in what way?
Well, we don't want the god to.
Destroy the world.
Did you
Should we
freeze?
freeze? I know I did earlier, but
Oh no!
that's a great face.
You're gonna freeze.
Oh,
That's the
no.
way to do it.
And in that moment, at the bar, you hear people kind of stir and get frantic. The god's here. He's here early, a day early. I wonder if he can give us our wish. We're not ready. Go get prepared. And they all just kind of like scurry off and.
The god is early?
Mm-hmm. And
You
that's
Early, they messed up the calendar.
I just wanted to take a nap.
that's where we're going to end it. Mostly because we got technical issues at the end, but I'd rather it be at the end as well. We'll be back next month, most likely, but bear with us because this next few weeks are going to be interesting. But let's see. I can pin, but I don't think any of us are in the right area. Definitely not. But we will be back next time on Dusk of Achordia, and we'll figure out what all this is happening and what it all means. Okay, bye!